A revolutionary new sandwich spread? What a weird week.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Weird.
Really weird tales.
Bigfoot eats out of my trash.
Well, I got a great joke for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi, friends. I'm Scott, and this show is called What a Weird Week. We go back through the news of the week, and we pick out the fun stories or the odd ones, the weird ones, and we do a 10-story countdown in about 15 minutes. You can get everything we talk about in more detail if you click shownotes.page. Here comes your episode, first published on Friday, November 7, 2025.
Number 10.
Number 10 is getting things started on a nice note, a happy note, I think, a note about our future, and perhaps there is one, which is always nice. The headline from Popular Science, food scraps could power future airplanes. That's the story, really. They're working on generating fuel for airplanes from food scraps. Almost like a scene from Back to the Future. We're almost living Back to the Future, and that's nice.
Number 9.
Number 9 is another food story. This one is Butternaise. Butternaise is making headlines. That's where you have butter and mayonnaise together. It's apparently a brand new condiment. Is it? A creamy yet zesty condiment. It may be a publicity stunt for the Tillamook County Creamery Association. I'm sure it's delicious, but it's only available online, a limited time offer, Butternaise. The press release gets into, well, they're using all the buzz phrases like, a new condiment has entered the chat. Well, that's going to get my attention if a new condiment enters the chat. But they also kind of refer to how we used to have to choose between butter and mayonnaise. Was there a team butter and a team mayonnaise? I didn't know that. I don't want to live in a world where I have to take sides between butter and mayonnaise. So I'm glad there's Butternaise, I guess.
Number 8.
Number 8 is a happy story about a dog who was returned home after being away for a while. And they used the old smelly socks trick to make this happen. A fellow named Norm, 93 years old, in California. He had his dog run away. The dog was gone for a couple of weeks. The community wanted to find Norm's dog and get the pooch back to Norm, and they did it, and this is how they did it. Brilliant. The dog was spotted at a nature preserve about a mile away from Norm's house. The pooch likes Norm's smelly socks. So the volunteers made a path of socks, Norm's smelly socks, a trail of smelly socks to a humane trap, and that coaxed the pooch. The pooch was coaxed into the humane trap thanks to the smelly socks, and now Norm and Pooch are reunited.
Number 7.
Number 7, one of these stories where people receive a notice that they are no longer with us, and they're reading that, very much alive, reading that notice. This is about Maine Health, which is a healthcare provider in the state of Maine, United States of America. Hello to our friends in Maine. About 500 people received a notice that they were no longer living. They were very much living, but they received the notice because of a computer glitch. It was supposed to, I think, go to next of kin or to loved ones, like in sympathy. But it was a computer glitch, and it went to the actual people who were alive. Maybe you get a note like this and you're like, well, what if? I'm going to live my life to the fullest from now on. Thank you, Maine Health. Maybe Maine Health would be like, well, no extra charge. You're welcome.
Number 6.
Number 6, an update to the Louvre Museum heist. We haven't had a chance on this show to talk about it for a couple of weeks. So 4 suspects are in custody. Where are the French crown jewels? Unknown at this time. To be continued. Will we ever see them again? Many media outlets continue to refer to the crime as happening in broad daylight. Often reported it was broad daylight, which is true. It's just, my gosh, you heard a lot of broad daylight. I can't believe, so brazen, broad daylight. The thing about the security system at the Louvre. Now, I'm not talking about the hardworking folks at the Louvre Museum. I know you're there. People are so excited to see the Mona Lisa. Or a day, there's a story, I bet. But the actual security technology, not so up to date, it turns out. And one of the reports that I heard, the security password for the security system was Louvre. That's what was reported. Louvre was the password for the Louvre Museum. So those are a few updates. We'll link to all of this if you click shownotes.page. page.
Number 5.
Our number 5 story, the mathematicians who are declaring that once and for all, they have proven through mathematics we are living in real life, not a simulation. That, according to the math, which I don't understand, but I trust, the smart people to figure stuff out. And the mathematicians say, we've determined it. Real life is real. And I think I like that. I don't want to get into a big debate about it because there's a lot of pushback. People saying, no, we're in a simulation. Some days I'm happy real life is real. And then other days it does seem like, what? Is this even happening? What? I would caution, it's a good read and I'll link to it, but I'm going to stop here because I don't want to get a headache, and there is potential to, get a headache thinking about our number 5 story. If you want the link, click shownotes.page.
Number 4.
Number 4 is wrapping paper that smells like delicious cinnamon buns from Cinnabon. Maybe a publicity stunt. You think possibly it's that to get attention for the brand, but they're going to sell out. They have a limited amount available, $8.99 for 2 rolls of cinnamon bun or Cinnabon scented wrapping paper. This is not a sponsored segment, but I like this idea. We celebrate Christmas at my house, and I like the idea of delicious smelling gifts so that people are already happy. Who's not going to be happy when their gift smells like Cinnabon, right? They open that thing up. Maybe it's not the greatest gift in there, but they're already happy because it smelled so great. The pressure is off you as a gift buyer because you wrapped the thing in Cinnabon wrapping paper. As Tiny Tim observed, Cinnabon.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Comet 3i Atlas, or some people say don't call it a comet, don't call it a comeback. It's back in the headlines, but for all the same reasons it was in the headlines before. You have this mysterious object, which almost all of the experts and researchers say is a comet. But you have one prominent expert, one scientist, and they are a scientist, this person. They go on podcasts and they do articles or whatever, and the theory, their first theory would be maybe it's an alien craft or the beginning of the alien invasion or something like that. I'm sort of paraphrasing, but they put the theory of aliens first. All the other researchers, virtually all the other researchers, are saying, no, comet. Probably a comet. They do say, one of the articles I linked to, unusual chemistry and strange trajectory. But then the article says, while that is true, doesn't mean it's aliens. But it continues to make headlines because you mention aliens. That's going to get some traction. Comet 3i Atlas is 7 billion years old, which is way older than our solar system. It's only the 3rd recorded time that something from outside the solar system, an interstellar object, has come into our solar system. So all the researchers, all the scientists who study this sort of thing, they are looking at this closely. If it makes a false move, I think we'll know about it, unless there's a cover-up. And I guess that's it. It's not much of an update. It's similar story to last time, but that is Comet 3i Atlas. We'll put a link to more information if you click the show notes.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the research that seems to indicate that mice who lift weights have better blood sugar control than mice who do cardio. It's not in the human testing phase yet, but they have mice. Some of the mice lifting teeny tiny mouse weights, and then some of the mice doing cardio. And they think doing weights, hitting the weights, better for your blood sugar. It seems like good information to have. And also, it's fun to imagine mice lifting teeny tiny weights, going to a teeny tiny mouse gym. Honorable mention about the weird thing in the sky Tuesday evening. It was seen all over the world. It was seen even where I'm at, East Coast Canada. People got some photos of this weird spiral or bow tie design in the sky. And oftentimes when it's a spiral, it has, in the past, it's proven to be some sort of rocket-related thing. And that seems to be the case here. Pretty much the jury is back on this, and it was the sunlit exhaust from a European Ariane 6 rocket that was launched from French Guiana, South America. And then all over the world, people saw it. It was just a strange thing in the sky, and there were a lot of photos, people wondering what it was. And then people, God bless people, getting to the bottom of it.
Honorable mention.
This honorable mention about improving your memory through chocolate. That seems like good news. There's a study, and we link to this. Essentially, there is indication that if you eat dark chocolate before learning a task, you may remember that task better. And you've eaten chocolate. Seems like a win-win to me. If you want to do a deep dive into that one, we'll put a link in the show notes.
Number 1.
Number 1 is a study about another of my favorite foods, breakfast. The breakfast study seems to indicate that as a grown-up, if you skip breakfast, it doesn't make you sluggish. It doesn't seem to make you mentally sluggish or anything like that. It seems as though eating breakfast as a grown-up, for kids it's more important, but as a grown-up, eating breakfast or not eating breakfast, you seem to have basically the same mental acuity. Virtually no cognitive difference between fasted and fed adults. That's how they say it. And it wasn't, I said it was a study, it was actually a study of a bunch of studies. So they poured over the data for about 3,400 people. And that's the result. So if you're somebody who enjoys breakfast, it would seem as though you've got a green light to keep enjoying breakfast. If you're someone who skips breakfast, you might want to read this research and feel better about yourself too. It's a win-win. Okay, that is that for this week. Thank you for checking out the show. What a weird week. Every Friday we drop an episode. You can get all the stuff we talk about in more detail, and you can get everything about our podcast if you go to shownotes.page. Our show notes and more at shownotes.page. We'll catch you next Friday with 10 more weird things from the news on What a Weird Week.
Muscle. There's only one place he wants to be. Mouse Gym. It's a tiny gym for mice. Mouse Gym. Membership half price. Plenty of cheese. No cats allowed. Join the Mouse Gym now. Join the Mouse Gym. Join the Mouse Gym. Join the Mouse Gym. No mouse traps, only thirst traps. Mouse Gym. Lean mouse muscle.